Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're tuning into another episode of the Wonderkin Morning Show. Good morning, everybody. You already know what it is. Your host, Nitro, coming to you live in the morning with just news and fun. You know how we get down. Producer first in the chat. Good morning. What's good, bro? King Blaze. What's good, my bro? Abdi made it in. What's good, Abdi? Hey. Wavy Man dancing. We made it. You got that notification. Zico Kage, good morning, good morning. I'm good, bro, I'm good. Blessed and highly favored. Y'all know how I do it. Delvon, you here, bro? It's good. Kush. The Wiz Khalifa. Michael Akins, hey, you made it in here, bro. Yeah, Ravens all day. Zelda the Ninth, hey, in here early, bro. And you know we getting in, how we doing, and we real with it. Abdi Don was good. Hope everyone's doing great. Yesterday I did 2 videos, and we touched on Warren Sharp's QB tiers, which I wholeheartedly disagreed with. That was for somebody who breaks down these guys as much as he does, I don't know how you can objectively have that tier list the way that they have those tiers. And I was looking at it like, bro. So we're going to go over that. I did a video on, but we're definitely going to go over that this morning. We're also going to go over the fact that the Baltimore Ravens O-line is still a big mystery for us. They right now, because now that the MVP race is over, right? They're actually telling you what the O-line is actually projected to be. And they got it projected at like the 17th or 18th O-line in the league. Which it could be lower, but they said that Ronnie Stanley has shown flashes from his heyday. So they put it at 17 or 18. But it could be lower. Which is crazy because I've been trying to tell people that the O-line's been a problem for a long time. But you see what happens is narratives change things. These guys, remember the Pro Bowl Falele? Had Raven fans telling me to apologize because he made the Pro Bowl. It's nasty work out here. Hey, King Lee, what's good, bro? Ashley Shelton, good morning. How are you doing? Hip hop is alive. How you doing? Holy cannoli, made alive. Hey, yes, you did. Yes, you did. We here. It reminds me of that line. So you say hip hop, it reminds me of that line with Cameron. I roll mostly doughy. I'll leave you holy. They'll say holy moly. Killer Cam. Yo, my gosh. This man said I'd never get the notification. Man, mad people complain about that. With YouTube, I don't know why you don't. You're not the only one, bro. I'm just happy that you're in here with us. But we're definitely going to break that stuff down. Now, guys, we went over it on the videos, like I said, on the Wunderkin Show. But you know I got to bring it to the Wunderkin Morning Show so we can actually deep dive into this. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, right? Because I don't know how you do this and get away with it, all right? Now, look at this. Look at this. Oh. Look at this. Nigel, what happened with that curse? What curse? What curse? What are you talking about? Will I am, you in here, bro? It's good. I make sure I try to say good morning to everybody. You already know. I haven't heard Jadakiss's new song produced. I have not. I love that. The Clips is 2 songs. So Be It. And Ace Trumpets was fire. Ace Trumpets is fire. Fire. But So Be It, man, I can work out to that. So, yeah. Hey, y'all heard him, man. Smack that like button, please, everybody. You in here, please smack it. But guys, look at this list. And look, I know all of us have our biases, but I try to be as fair as possible. I want you to look at this list. Do you think, and this is from Warren Sharp, one of the most respected analytical minds in the sport of football. Can you believe this list? Dexter Perkins, good morning, good morning. Like, thank you, Ashley Shelton. Hey, yo. Oh. Yes, thank you. Jaden over Patton Burrow is crazy. Only 3 belong in the S tier. That's Lamar, Allen, and Pat. Thank you. Like, I don't know how you go over that much tape and make a list like this. For context, I told you guys already that my top 5 was Patrick Mahomes. No, in order, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. Those are my top 5 in 1 to 5. That's how I listed. But then you look at this and you say, okay, fine. I can see some of these guys, but to have a rookie that had a good season. CJ Stroud had an amazing first season too. There's something called a sophomore slump. This is where he projected them to be this year. You feel what I'm trying to say? Patrick hasn't played the best out of the quarterbacks. I'm sorry, he hasn't. He just wins. His team wins. He has guys on the team that will carry the load, pause, and do what they need to do to get that dub, including himself with an amazing coach. But make no mistake about it. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson played better than Patrick Mahomes last year. I don't even know how you even argue that. They've been playing better than him. This man got bro. They got Drake May over Baker, Goff, Love, Herbert, Stafford, Stroud. Hey, yo. What is going on here? Guys, look where they got Drake May. Kyler, when he's healthy, is dynamic. I understand the love of Kyler because when he is healthy, that boy is a problem. I don't care if he doesn't watch tape or not. When he's on the field, he's a problem. But you made a list and you put Drake May over the guys I just named. Are you out of your mind? Like, it made me really start to question certain things, right? Because I'm looking at this like, bro, and Justin Fields, you got over Goff, Baker, Love, Herbert, Stafford, Stroud. You got Justin Fields over Kyler. And then you got Geno Smith, who is so far down this list, and it's like, how? You got you got rookies that have never played over Geno Smith. You got the Carolina dude, the small guy, over Geno Smith. It's nasty work out here, bro. Like, this is nasty, bro. Gregory Smith, good morning. Roy T, good morning, bro. Everybody said they're not getting the notifications. I hear it, man. Trust me, I hear it. I'm just glad everybody's in here. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get the numbers up. Please, if you're just joining in, please remember to like and subscribe. Smash that like button, guys. Let's get this thing trending. All right? To have to say that Justin Fields, who I believe is another dynamic player, to put Justin Fields and Drake May over Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Tua, Herbert, Stafford, and Stroud, bro. Matter of fact, what's his name that played for Denver? You got them over him too? Am I tripping? Like, bro, I know I'm not tripping, bro. I can't be tripping, bro. I know I'm not tripping. Hey, coach is in here. Coach said trash, bro. Listen, man, and I'm a big Sharp guy. I love Sharp. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at this like, how? Let me put this over some. I'm going to scoot this bad boy over some so you can see me a little bit. Like, look at even the lower tiers, right? How do you... Mind you, Geno Smith has proven that he could be a very high-level quarterback. He is put out, did his thing. Did his thing. So I don't understand the disrespect with Geno. I don't understand it. He's erased all doubt, all previous connotations related to his stint as a New York Jets first round pick. You know what I'm saying? The Jets have given away more QB talent than some other teams that have QB talent over 20-year spans. Because a lot of the quarterbacks leave the Jets that flourished once they left. At least 2 of them already. I'm Coach, you in here. I know I can't be going crazy, bruh. I can't think about this crazy list. I'm going crazy, just for thinking about this tier list. Please, Warren Sharp, please, man. No set, bro. And then to put, mind you, I'm all for trash talking and everything else. But I am real. There's no way you put Jaden Daniels over Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes. How do you do that with a straight face? Like how do you do that with a straight face? How are rookies over? It makes no sense. Even if you have an amazing rookie season, there is something called a sophomore slump for a reason. How do you then equate him to be over some of the best in the game? Like, and mind you, I'm fair about things, right? Jalen Hurts beat that team. Shout outs to him. I'm not putting Jalen Hurts over Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, I'm just not. I'll put him over Joe Burrow, but I'm not putting him over Patrick Mahomes. I told you my 5. My top 5, the top 3, because that should be S tier, should be Lamar, Josh, Patrick. A tier should be Jalen and Burrow. A plus tier should be Jalen and Burrow. Jalen over Burrow. Then everybody else comes after that. Those are your 5. You can put Jaden Daniels in the A tier, fine. But putting him in the S tier or S plus, come on now, bro. They acting like this man done the Chiefs, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 going on the God tier. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. That's what I say. That's just something that's not enough. C.J. Stroud had one of the best rookie seasons of all time. Sophomore slump. The only player that maybe 2, right? Let me make sure, because I don't know about Dan Marino. I think Dan Marino might have been the other one. Let me make sure, because I know I'm not going crazy. I think it might be Dan Marino and Lamar. Let me check. Yes, Dan Marino and Lamar Jackson are the only 2 major quarterbacks to not have a sophomore slump. They took a step into elite status in their sophomore seasons. Lamar started those games. He played 7 games, went 6-1, got them to the playoffs, lost. Going into the regular season, they said the Ravens had an F for their receivers, D for their running backs, and a C- for their offensive line. They said for the Ravens to even win 10 games, Lamar was going to have one of the most impressive sophomore campaigns in NFL history. And he did. And guess what? They went 13 or 14-2. So, and he had one of the greatest QB seasons of all time. And then Dan Marino, of course, his rookie season, 2,000 yards. Then his sophomore, 5,000 passing yards. Those were the only 2. Everybody else, they had sophomore slumps. Everybody else. Everybody else. I'm looking at this, how you, I'm going through I made sure I went through all this stuff. Mahomes, Lamar, Allen, and Burrow, the only S tiers. I don't got Burrow in the S tier. I'd have him in the A plus tier. The 3 quarterbacks that have been shown that if their defense is playing bad, their offensive line is playing bad, their receivers aren't great, their run game ain't great, that could still give you 10 plus wins, is Lamar, Allen, and Patrick. Those are the only three. Nobody else has shown that ability. None. So that's why I hold them to that. Mind you, I know you're going to have your own opinion, but that's why I say what I say. And I always like to clarify why I say what I say. So I always want to make sure that there's context. Because I know that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Bro, Joe Montana's second year in the league, he had 1,795 yards. Then he went on to have 3,500 or whatever, right? Then the year after that, his full first season, he was good. Then the second year after his full first season, right? He played bad. Had a terrible year, went 3-6. Had 2,000 passing yards. All of them. I would put him at A tier. Like I said, if I'm looking at this, body of work matters. 1 year does not put you in S tier. S tier guys have been doing it for 5 years or more, having to carry most of the load for their teams. I don't care how much I dislike Bill fans, right? For the most part, right? Facts are facts. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes have rang that bell for multiple years. That's your S tier. Your A+ tier is Jalen and Joe. Your A tier, now you can put okay, amazing. The upside's amazing. Put him in the A. Then you'll have him with Dak Prescott. And I told y'all before, Dak Prescott needs to be up there. People hate on Dak, but Dak balls. He really does. The reason why Dak gets the hate he gets is because he's the Cowboys quarterback. That's what I'm saying. They got Drake May at A. How? I need to know. And I hope Coach and them cover this too. Because I'm looking at, mind you, I really, really love Warren Sharp. Love his breakdowns and everything else. I have never seen a list that he's done that I've disagreed with more. Never. This might be the worst list. And you know, guys, I'm a Raven Lamar guy. You already know that. This list is terrible. Terrible. He got Shedeur being the worst. Yes, let's go. Oh my God, stop playing games with me. No respect to Geno Smith. No respect to somebody that, you put rookies over Aaron Rodgers, Geno. You serious? Jackson Dart hasn't played a snap. Are y'all serious right now? It's nasty, bro.
Finish him, Daddy.
It's nasty work, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Man. And another thing I want y'all to look at, right? Because I was looking at some of the people, right? I want to remind you. They got what's his name over Kyler too. That's a very peculiar pick also. Very peculiar pick. The Jets quarterback, what's his name? Justin Fields. So okay, you said Drake May. Okay, fine. Even though I don't agree with that, I don't know how you even make that assumption. Whatever. Justin Fields. I want to name this off real quick. You got Justin Fields over Kyler Murray, Goff, Baker, Love, Tua, Herbert, Stafford, Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, Geno Smith. Really? If we were drafting these guys, where are you taking Fields? Where are you taking Drake May? If we would just throw these guys up and say, yo, it's open for draft. Let's draft. The top 6, yeah, I would say the top 6 would be the top 6. Those 6 are getting picked first. I would agree with that. Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Joe, Patrick, Josh, they're getting picked first. But to say Fields. This is nasty, bro. Nasty. Where would you even pick him? So, okay, if you're doing a draft right now, are you taking Fields over Jordan Love? No. Baker? No. Goff? No. Herbert? No. Stafford? No. Stroud? No. And I think Justin Fields has incredible upside. I truly do. I actually like Justin Fields. But I'm saying body of work matters. Body of work matters. Baker Mayfield's had back-to-back 4,200-yard passing seasons and 40-plus touchdowns. That's what Baker Mayfield has done. Goff has been to a Super Bowl and has led two of the top 10 offenses in NFL history. He's led them on different teams. Herbert is rife with potential. Stafford's a Super Bowl winner. Stroud, rife with potential. And he's had a good season. Like, I just don't get this list, man. I'm just going to keep it. And that's why I wanted to go over it. Because when I'm doing a video for the Wonder Kid Show, I can only go for about 10 minutes. Max. The max I'll go is probably 13 minutes. That's max. If it's like an interview, then I can go to 15, maybe 20. But I'm not really going over that. I'm not. Because I put out 2 vids a day. And then you have to break it down and do everything else you got to do with it. So that's why I picked the go in depth in this. I just can't respect this list. And mind you, this list is going to get brought up during the year. It's going to be brought up during the year. I feel like this is disrespectful. I'm not even going to lie to you. Too many people in B. Yeah. Too many people's in B. But, I mean, like I said before, I don't see how you put those guys. Like Trevor Lawrence, how is he still B? Nasty. I hope some of those AFC East quarterbacks work out well to make that. I said the same thing, Gregory Smith. Yo, typical Cam. Yo, what's good, bro? Like I said the same exact thing. This seems like a narrative list. Because there's no way you got Josh over Mahomes and Lamar. And then somehow got Jaden over Mahomes and Burrow. Like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. If you're drafting quarterbacks right now, the first 3 off the board is Lamar, Josh, and Patrick. Off the board first. Then everybody else is coming after that. I'd probably say Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow would go right after that. Jalen Hurts would probably be the last out of that group to be drafted. Even though I feel like, but people look at certain skill sets. Out of the top 6, who I truly believe are let's say are elite on this list, okay. If we're doing it draft style. My top 10 looks vastly different from this. Because I told you I got Baker in my top 6 or 7. Straight up. Got to be the hair, bro. Got to be there. And then, pivoting to the Ravens, this came out. And look, guys, I keep saying this. If you think I'm lying or I'm exaggerating or making too big of a deal, right? The offensive line last year was not good. It was not good. There were so many plays that were saved because of the extraordinary effort of Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry. There were play after play where guys were meeting them in the backfield. There were play after play where there were free runners at the quarterback. I'm talking about back-to-back-to-back plays. And the quarterback's getting smashed. and still making a play. I don't understand, like, how, mind you, it was funny because during the MVP voting, they were, oh, the O-line's great. You saw that. But now when everything comes out, it's like, all right, let's be real now. Let's be real. I be saying was good. They said the only reason why we were 17th or 18th on this list is because Ronnie Stanley showed flashes of previous form. Flashes. Not consistent play throughout. Flashes. Or we could have been lower. We're 17th or 18th on this list. And we could have been lower. Mind you, I give love where love is due. I think EDC has done well this offseason, but the O-line still being mediocre at best, it baffles my mind because you've had so many seasons to fix it. Like to throw in actual capital into the line. Lamar be running for his life. Derrick Henry be shrugging off guys to still get 5 yards. Or get 2 yards or 3 yards. Negative should be negative plays because he's so big he'll fall for 2 or 3 yards. Eric Clark said flashes is nasty work. I'm telling you the truth. Go read it if you don't believe me. The bad snap from Linderbaum kill us. He does it a little too much for me. Yeah. That's another. And he's considered a top 5 center in the league. That can have like uncharacteristic snapping issues at random times. And it got to be something with the Ravens because every center we've had has had snapping problems. From Makari to what's his name that was before Makari? I forgot his name. Like, it just one after the other snap problems in the most inopportune times. Snapping the ball like they're taking a punt. Always over Lamar's head or all the way at the side, whatever else it is. It's nasty. And he's the only quarterback that goes through that in the playoffs. But I wanted to make sure that I went through this with you guys because now you can see what I've been saying. Matt Skurr, thank you. Like this, like we have a well-rounded team. I think our receivers are good. I think our running back is great. I think the best 2 rooms on the team are the tight end room and the running back room. Personally. I think we have a top 2 running back room, and I think we got the best tight end room in the entire NFL. And we got the best quarterback. So I get it. You're not going to have the greatness in everywhere. And mind you, I'm not even asking for a top 5 O-line, even though I would love to have a top 5 O-line. I just need that to go up to at least a top 10. Worst, 12th. We're at the bottom half of the league for offensive line play. And somehow, multiple of the guys keep making Pro Bowls and all this type of stuff like that. Something ain't clicking. Money Mike says, all eyes on Lamar this season. The haters waiting to talk super crazy this year. Yeah. It's nasty, man. And then gets blamed. Yep. Remember all those free runners at that Raiders game? Exactly. They'll be like, oh, look at Lamar's play. And I'll be like, I don't like that play. People be like, why? I heard a Ravens fan tell me, if they don't let them do, then we're not going to get no highlighted Lamar plays. And I said, are you serious right now? Is this how y'all cope? Yo, it's nasty work out here, bro. Answer this question. Why do we struggle against Gardner Minshew? No offense to him. We weren't struggling against just Gardner. Last year we were struggling against any team that had a true number 1 receiver. Every team that had a true number 1 receiver was cooking our team. Cooking. cooking. Pablo exactly how Falele making the Pro Bowl. You know, all of us was like, and you had Raven fans and even some of the people saying they want us to apologize. I was like, I can see just fine. I don't need glasses. I have better than 20/20 vision. There's no way on God's green that man should have been a Pro Bowler. None. If he could be a Pro Bowler, anybody could have been a Pro Bowler. Anybody. It's just ridiculous. Then you got Brandon Stevens getting cooked every game. Like I said before, that's why I was glad that they went. They got their money. I'm glad they got their money, though. Because like I always repeat this, and I say this always with context. The NFL stands for not for long. Brandon Stevens got a bag. That contract he got is a bag. Hold on. Let me tell you. I think it was like a $30, $40 million contract Brandon Stevens got. Let me go check it right now. Yeah, he signed a 3-year, $36 million contract with the Jets with an average salary of $12 million a year. Yeah, he got the bag, and I'm happy for him. That's just the way I'm built. I know that the NFL stands for not for long. I know that the average NFL player only lasts 2.5 seasons and stuff like that. I know that a lot of times they're in extreme medical distress after retirement. I know that a lot of them go bankrupt after retirement. So I want them to gain as much as they can while they're there. That's why I felt so bad for Ardarius Washington, because I believe that he was on the cusp of getting that big payday. And then once you get that big payday, now it's up to you to manage your money. Happy for you. And I've always been like that. Even with me wanting Mark off the team in better preference of likely, what did I say? I said Andrews could still be dominant, still a dominant top 5 tight end, going to go play for another guy, get another contract, which he would get to get paid handsomely, leave the Ravens a champion, and then just play out the rest of your career, gain those statistics, and you have what you do, and you can support your family. I like guys getting paid. Even guys that I don't like or don't want on the team, I want them to get paid. So I'm happy for Brandon Stevens getting paid. Very happy for him. He was getting torched. He's the Jets' problem now, but very happy for him nonetheless. They taught BSD to play the receiver and not the ball. It's crazy. Man never got his head wrapped around. He be in perfect position to have interception and let it touch the turf. It's like, man. But this O-line, I'm telling you, man, I'm worried about. Going into last year, I told you how worried I was with the O-line. I'm still worried about that O-line. Now, the first couple weeks, we couldn't even run to the right side of the line. We could only run to the left. Y'all remember that? Like the first 4 weeks, we could only run left or straight. We could not go right. So when people say, like, oh, Lamar's carried or stuff like that, I be looking at them sideways. Because I'm like, we couldn't even run to the right side of the line. They're putting extra blockers everywhere to try to show up that right side. And then Voorhees and them started giving up sacks through the interior. It was like, bro. Mike Coleman said he late. You late, but you here. Better late than never. And a good D-line killed us last year, too. Pablo, yes. Yes. Facts. I've said this so many times. The trenches have to be addressed. That's why I said even before I wanted Judon or Clowney to fill in for another pass rusher. There's levels to this. I don't trust Ajabo. I need to know right now, does anybody in the chat trust Ajabo? Straight up, do they? I need to know. I need who here trusts Ajabo? I sure as heck don't. What are we doing? Yes, Henry's biggest runs were to the left. Yeah. Also, our DBs dropped so many turnovers. That's another one. Somebody pointed out on Twitter that Our best defender last year wasn't even Hamilton. It was actually Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey made the most timely plays out of anybody on our defense. And you can make the argument that if not for Marlon Humphrey, we would have had probably 2 more losses on our resume last year. We went, 12-5? There's a legit argument that without Marlon Humphrey making some of the most clutch plays for our team, we could be 10-7 last year. You know it's bad when Justice Hill has to block Chris Jones. Oh my God. Yeah. Chris Jones screaming, "Ah!" running at him, and Justice Hill looking down straight like this, and trying to stay in front of him. That's why I like Justice. He ain't scared to muffle up with nobody, but he don't even care if he's outmatched. He's still going to give it everything he got. I can respect that. Marlo tied second for interceptions last season. Crazy, bro. He could be annoying. He could be a weird person online, but you can't look at Marlo and say he's not our best, or at least our most clutch. Our best defender is Hamilton. But our most clutch player, has been Marlon Humphrey. We lost the game because Hamilton couldn't pick off the ball. What's that game? What game was that? Where we dropped 5 interceptions. Hamilton dropped the game-sealing interception. Oh, I think it was against, what's his name? 30 for 30. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Tampa Bay quarterback, Saints quarterback. What's his name again? I forgot his name, guys. Could have picked him off 5 times that game and dropped every. And then what's his name? The other corner we had on the team, he dropped 3 or 4 himself. Then you had another 2 drop. Yeah, he played for the Browns. I forgot his name. Yes, it was the Browns game. 30 for 30. What's his name again, man? He played for the Bucks, Saints. His name's on the tip of my tongue, man. I just can't remember it. Jameis Winston. Thank you, Kush. Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston should have thrown 5 or 6 picks that game. Legit. That one that Hamilton dropped, I remember losing my mind. Hamilton dropped one. And then Hamilton dropped one. Wiggins dropped one. And then the other guy, the other DB that came in, dropped 3. I want to say 4, but one of them they said was a difficult interception. So they'll just say 3. But he legit dropped 3. He dropped 4, but the other 3 were just egregious. Receivers and DBs couldn't catch that game. Eddie, yes. Yes, it was Eddie. Zanger, what's good? Tactical, you made it, bro. Yeah, Zelly. Now adding Nate, Jair, Cheeto. Scary hours ahead. Hopefully they got to be on the jug machines. Just like producer said, they got to be able to catch that ball. Got to be able to catch that ball. You know how crazy it is? That guy named Eddie, if he would have picked off him, Jameis Winston 3 times, do you have any idea what his contract would have been? He would have been top 3 in interceptions last year. Every interception he dropped a Benz, a Bentley, a house, and multiple bank accounts. Every drop equated to that. Because every interception, being top 3 in interceptions, we probably wouldn't have sat him. He probably would have got more. Because one, he was always in the right position. He was in the right position. He just could not make no plays. He couldn't make the tackles, and he couldn't make the interception. Yeah, producer, yeah. Something around there. He would have at least got that. which is an amazing payday. Let me tell you something right now. If y'all told me the Wunderkind Show was earning me $24 million for 3 years, at that point, the content is totally different because I'm flying out to California to interview people because now I have the money to even say if I want to pay you to come on the channel and everything else. Like, it'll be a totally different channel pretty much because I'd be able to just fly out to interview soccer players, football players, baseball players, basketball players. You know what 3 years, $24 million is? There is not one person in this chat that actually, because I hear a lot of y'all talk, and I'm going to assume that you guys have common sense. If I gave anybody in this chat, $24 million in 3 years, and you can't make that money work for you. You can't retire off that money. Hold on. We're going to do some math. We're going to do some $24 million. $24 million at the rate of a CD. Most CDs are like 3.2, 3.6 to 4. I think you can get some for like 4.1 or whatever else it is like that. A CD. And you can make as much CDs as you want and put it in for 4-month CDs. Right? Times that by 0.4. Well, that's 40, my bad. Did that wrong. 0.04, my bad. I was like, what's going on? Times that by 0.04. That's $960,000. Times that by 3, that's $2,880,000 you would be getting every year without even touching the principal of the money, just by putting your money in CDs. I'm pretty sure nobody here would ever be able to go, would just fling through that money. Even if you weren't going to live within your means, if you're just doing it with the CDs, you're guaranteed $2.8 million a year. Divide that by 12, that's $240,000 a month. Like, so when I say that he missed a bag, he missed a bag. If anybody's saying that's not a lot of money, you're out of your mind. $24 million is life-altering money. Like, I'm not, bro, when I mean I would never have to work for nobody again, I legit mean I would never have to work ever again. All you're doing is flipping the money in CDs, and you're making almost $3 million a year. Do you know what it is to say you're making $240,000 a month? If I told you could make $240,000 in a year, most people's like, I'm good. Let's break that down. $240,000 a year is $20,000 a month. You couldn't make $20,000 a month work for you? Who in here is telling me right now you can't make $20,000 work for you a month? Please, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Oh, you want to tax it? All right, let's tax it. Let's do it that way too. I agree. Let's tax it. 37% is the highest tax rate. You're in Florida. There's no state tax, right? Times it by 0.37. That's 8,880,000, right? Okay. Minus that from the 24. That leaves you after tax with $15,120,000. That's after tax if you're in Florida. I'm in Florida. You can't make after tax for 3 years. You can't make $15 million work for you. That's $5,044,000 a year. You can't make that work for you? Hold on. I'm going to be an even bigger butthole. Because when I feel like I'm right, I'm right. Hold on. Let's do it this way. Right? Oh, it's supposed to be 40. There it goes. All right. Let's do it that way. Times by 0.04. That's $201,000 for just $5 million in the first year. If you took $5 million and put it into CDs, CDs go for 3 to 4 months. So you're doing it 3 to 4 times a year. That's $201,000 3 times in the year after tax. That's after tax. That's $603,000 in a year. You're telling me after tax you can't make $600,000 a year work for you? That's off of 1 year. After tax. The next year, you get the same thing next year. So you're timesing that by 3. That is $604,000 you would get 3 times in a year at the minimum. Times that by 3, you're telling me you can't make $1.8 million work for you per year? You telling me you can't make $1.8 million work for you per year? Florida's beautiful. Look, I get what some people are saying. There are places in Florida, bro, where you're not even close to the coast that are absolute amazing places to live. Where hurricanes rarely hit and everything else. You can go to the other side of the coast where hurricanes barely hit. You can afford it. Without touching your without touching your $15 million, you'd be averaging after tax $1.8 million a year. Almost $2 million a year. You can't make that work for you? You can't make that work? $151,200 per month. You can't make that work for you? Most people, if they're making $151,000, they can make it work for you in a year. You're making that in a month. You can't make that work for you? Yeah, all right. Like I said, bro, it'd be a whole different game plan. I want to move to Florida, not going to lie. I love hot weather. I'm a tropical man. Listen, the problem with Florida, I'm going to be real. There's some crazies down here, but it's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. You can go to peaceful towns, like overall peaceful towns where you can just go walking. You don't got to worry about somebody robbing you, shooting you, or anything else like that. Like around where I live, I can just get up and just go walking, take my daughter walking, whatever else it is, and I don't got to worry about anybody attacking me or something jumping out of the woods attacking me, anything else like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not far from the beach at all. Like, I could drive a half an hour and get to Siesta Keys, where where it's quartz sand, where the sand don't even get hot. Half an hour from my house. From where I be at right now, I'm half an hour away from the airport, international airport. I'm half an hour away from it. Sometimes, like where I'm at, if mind you, I get that the people make it. Cause you live in smaller towns, the people can be just annoying. That's the only problem where I live at. The people are so annoying. But overall, as a city, it's a beautiful city. Beautiful city. Yeah, you can afford it, but that's my opinion. I like living on the West Coast. And I feel you, bro. Now, in the West Coast, you're not even seeing half that money. Because if you're living in California, they take 51 or 52% of all of your money. Just to let you, if you make over $1 million, you pay the highest state tax in California. That's why I always said, if you're playing for the Lakers, you're not even seeing half your deals. You're not even seeing half the. Check this out. I'm telling you right now. Oh. My God. California's state tax is 13.3. 13.3 state tax. So you're taking, oh my God, that is crazy, bro. You're taking 37 plus 13 and a half. Not as many gators as you think. Well, there's a lot of gators, but I get what you're saying, Coach. Because people be thinking gators be falling out of the sky here. California, you pay 51% in tax. You pay state tax, federal tax. So if you made $24 million right now, Bro, I could not live in California. And y'all get earthquakes? Like the ground be having you like this? Harlem shaking around the house? No, couldn't stay there. No. Oh, heck no. That's what I know. No. Y'all get tsunamis, mudslides, firestorms. There's everything. The only thing California don't believe is, no, they get hurricanes too. So there's no natural disaster that does not hit California with frequency. And then on top of it, there's massive droughts. Nah, I'm good, bro. And I'm trying to tell you, bro, whole sky look like God is raining down ungodly heavenly fire from it, bro. I'm straight. Mind you, I get it that you want to live there. I'm not poo-pooing on you. I'm just saying I couldn't do it. I can't live somewhere where that many things could go wrong. I'm sorry. And then on top of it, if you do want to go surfing, great whites be out there. And you know they love dark meat. So I can't even go surfing. And I heard that they be breaking into everyone's cars too. Nah, bro, it's not worth it, bro. All right, check this out. I'm going to time it by 0.51. Jesus. 20. Oh, my God. 24. If you got that money in California, out of $24 million, you're looking at $11.7 million after tax. That's crazy to me. Like, if you want to have a state tax, 3%, fine, okay, whatever. But 13.3%? Want me to read this to you, bro? Bro, that would have me second guessing California right then and there. It says, check it. It says, where? Here it goes. It goes, tax brackets, federal tax rates range from 10% to 37%. 37% is if you make like 300 and something over if you're single, whatever else if you're married, right? Okay, standard deduction. The California standard deduction is lower than the federal deduction. Then it goes on, where's it at? Then it goes on, let's see. Oh, and then you get a 1%. It says, while California's top rate is 13.3%, you get another percent, a 1% increase for mental health service tax. So hold up. So if I make money, 1% also goes to just mental health. You're already taking 13.3%. I just paid the government 37%. That is 51.3% of your money gone. If you make over $1 million in California, could you imagine somebody saying, I just made $1 million and after tax, you don't even have $500,000 of that money available to you? You're at like $400 and something thousand dollars. 490,000 or something like that, 480,000 after tax. Bro, you're out of your mind, bro. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. Then you be in there breaking into everybody's cars. Bop. You have to be opening the doors, leaving them open so they know there's nothing in the car. Nah, bro. I couldn't do Cali, bro. My little brother stayed out in Cali and played football out there. And I remember he used to be like, the burgers, everything is crazy expensive. He used to tell me how expensive gas was. Like just gas. We were like, bro, I remember my parents. I remember sometimes he'd be like, yo, bro, you can send me a 20 or 30. Like, I got you. Or or my sister would do it, or my parents, because it was so expensive. He was in college. If you want to say Diddy parties, Miami's full of Diddy parties. I'm fair. If you want Diddy party, you go down to Miami. Half of Miami Sea is baby oil. Trust me. Diddy parties, those level of parties, any major city, Atlanta, Miami, Los Angeles, New York, I don't know in New York, but multiple, Manhattan, like they be having stuff like that. Like, that's crazy. I couldn't do it though. I look at my money. If I did something and earned $1 million, multiple millions of dollars, I would not want to give up half of it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. Like I couldn't see myself willingly giving up half of it and still having to pay premium for housing and stuff like that, right? And for food and for gas, and people's homes being broken into constantly, cars constantly being broken into. I couldn't live like. It's another reason why I tell y'all I couldn't live in Miami. I could not live in Miami. Miami to me is a pit for money. Like, to go there, bro, you got you have to pay to get into Miami. And you have to pay to leave Miami. Parking in Miami is like $20 an hour. I'm not joking with you. It's crazy. Miami is just ridiculous. Baby oil party hosted by the tour. Ladies lined up at the door. Not me, bro. I'm good. I have one lady. I'll go to church. I'll be fine. I don't need to go to those parties. I'm straight. I've always been like that, though. But that's why I try to tell people that, like, when I said Luka, remember when we were talking about Luka and Luka was sent to the Los Angeles Lakers? That's why I told y'all he got screwed so bad. Because how the NBA power structure or pay structure works is that when you're with a team a certain amount of time, you can get the Supermax, which you just seen, what's his name? Shy get for the Thunder. You don't get a max, you get the Supermax. Them trading away Luka, they forfeited his Supermax ability. And Texas is state tax free. On top of it, they have cheaper homes. $1 million home in Texas, in California, is like a $10 million home. I could show you homes that in Texas right now, in like nice place like Dallas, certain stuff like that, where you're like, oh my God, that house got to be like a $3 million home. And it's like $600,000, $700,000, $800,000. So he lost out on housing, spending more on housing, food, travel. Because also, if you get a nice car, you pay a luxury tax on the car because you're in California. Forgot to tell you that too. On top of a massive tax bill that you have to pay on top of your money. So they screwed it. They screwed it. So now he can't get the Supermax and he has to pay more in tax. I would have been fighting, bro. Somebody would have to come and see me. Oh no. They would have to come and see me. Everybody says I want to play for the Lakers. You're giving up more than half your money. And when you go to the Lakers, you're expected to win titles immediately. Like in your first 2 or 3 years, you're expected to win titles. On top of them taking half your money. Chet just got that 5-year, $250 million deal. So to sign both guys, it took them $600 million. $600 million to sign those guys. All right. That's like, bro. Oh my gosh. Ashley, no, I'm saying Taurus. Be in the comments on the Vote podcast talking about Diddy. Oh. Ashley said, oh, because I felt targeted. Telling you, man, that's why I say what I say, man. Like, that's why I said with Luka, I'd feel so bad. I felt bad for him. Because it's not just saying that he's paying more tax. You took away his ability to get the Supermax. You took away his ability to earn the most money. Luka was going to reset everything with the contract he was going to command. Think about the contract that he was going to command. Luka. So now he can't even get the Supermax. He pays more in taxes and everything is more expensive. And they won titles in the first 3 years. At least one in the first 3 years. Or the fans there get nasty. Yeah, all right. All right. If I was Luka, I'd be like, bruh, that's why so many players fight for the no trade clause, because they'll trade you somewhere that screws you over, like royally screws you over. Not me. Not I. Won't happen. Nah. Crazy work. I'm being real with you, bruh. Like, it's like, I want y'all to put yourselves in these guys. Like, everybody can say, like, when you're poor, because I'm not saying everybody on here is poor, but we're in the all of us are pretty much in the lower classes. Because if you're under, usually how it works, if you're under $200,000 a year, you're in the lower classes, right? I don't know what you guys make, but if you're making under $200,000, you're under the lower class. So, a lot of us will be like, even if I got $1 million, I'd be fine. They got too much. If somebody told you right now, you could earn $500 million, right? We're gonna give you earned $500 million. And then you're like, okay, let's go check it. And then when you get there, you don't even see $300 million of it. You're having trouble seeing $200 million from it. You're not going to feel away? Okay. Okay. That's crazy, right? $200K a year, lower class. I'm telling you, bruh. I'm telling you, that's crazy, right? But yeah. $200K is usually what you see like doctors and then be making general doctors or nurse anesthetists and stuff. I know a lot of pays and structures are going up, but that's what I was used to them making. Unless you're a surgeon who make $700,000 a year, $800,000, $1 million a year, whatever else it is. But usually general doctors are making roughly around 200 and something thousand, 300 something thousand a year. Yeah, we'll see. Like I told you, there's a lot of personal stuff that's went on with me, guys, that you guys don't know about. So I don't know if I'll be able to go to the camp. If that stuff didn't happen, then I would have happily went, because I would have been, you already know, I'd have been filming from the time I'd landed in Baltimore. But I just can't do it right now. So I'm trying to make it to the Miami game. I know Coach is going to the Miami game. I know Ing Raven's going to the Miami game. And I'm trying to make it to another game in Baltimore. And I'm going to be going live pretty much all morning, just traversing Baltimore, trying out the different cuisines, trying out the different restaurants and everything else like that. So, and then going to the game. I want to see how we get media. I want a media pass, but then I know Ravens ain't going to want to give me one because they be looking at it like, oh, we know who Nitro is. I've been told that they know who I am. So they don't want to give me one, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. I got notified that, yeah, they know who you are. They know who you are. And it wasn't in a good way either. So if it was in a good way, I'd be like, ooh. No, they know me in a bad way. So I get no perks. None. Hope all is well, Nitro. Yeah, life. I smile through things because at the end of the day, you always got to give God, praise that you're alive, you're breathing. There's always people going through worse stuff than you. But boy, when I'm telling you I went through it, I went through it so bad that you guys won't even know. Yeah, some people might have had ideas because during that February, a lot of you were like, Nitro, you seem off. And it took me like 2 months to recalibrate. But yeah, it was bad, man. Like it affected even the church. Like because what happened affected everything around me and the church, family, the whole nine. I just didn't tell you guys because when certain stuff happened to you, you're ashamed. You look at it, you be like, shake your head because you don't see. Like everyone's telling you, we don't know why it happened like that. Everything else, and I had so many the elders, even elders of other churches that don't even go to my church, console. I came over, was like, my name's, for anybody that don't know, I go by William. That's my actual name, William. But they're like, Will, we heard praying for you. We love you. We heard we seen it. Oh my God, we can't believe something like that happened. So a lot of y'all don't know a lot of stuff. So that's why I try to tell everybody, when you see me on here still smiling, smile, man. Try to get through your days. I'm not a perfect person. I go through stuff just like you guys do. But yeah, man, that's why I don't know if I can go to the training camp because of certain personal reasons. But that's another reason why I want to go down to the Lamar stuff, but I haven't been able to go because of the personal reasons. So yeah, bro. So as I try to tell y'all, man, keep your heads up, keep prayer strong, just keep going forward, man. Life is something else, boy. When it hits hard. And it hits you, and then it doesn't just hit you and knock you down. It takes its 13-size boot and start stomping you in your chest. You're like, ah! But man, yeah, so, yeah, man. So when y'all thinking, like, I really do hope I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. That's why I told you guys why I'm fighting so hard to get this on either the Patreon or get it to 500 subscribers, where then the YouTube, then it's a YouTube membership. And yes, it will be pay, but it would allow the freedom to do other things. You know what I'm trying to say? Thank you for all the prayer, guys. Yeah, you already know. And y'all know I stay busy in the church and everything else. But yeah, like if I sat down and told, I'm a man. I'm a man first. So you know I don't just disclose everything. But if I sat down with one of those dudes, they'll just disclose everything to y'all. Y'all be like, bro, you'd be like, bro, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, yep. yo, crazy. But guys, that's the episode of the Wonder Kid Morning Show. I want to make sure that I close on a thing. Now, guys, y'all should know what movie this is. This movie came out in the 70s. This is probably one of the most iconic movies of all time. One of the biggest franchises of all time. It shaped so many people's minds towards space, towards the unknown. And it really did influence just a plethora amount of people. What movie am I talking about? Wow. Xandra got it first time. They didn't even wait. Star Wars. Yes. Listen, man, a lot of people got introduced to the star, the going to different planets and everything through Star Trek. Star Trek came out in the 60s. The Star Trek fandom till today is still remarkably large. But Star Wars, mixing in the Jedi, lightsabers, this influenced pop culture irreparably so. You cannot denounce the amount of importance that this movie was to pop culture. Star Wars was, Luke, even Skywalker, the name Skywalker, Darth Vader. Think about the individual characters within itself. Han Solo, Princess Leia, Skywalker, Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? You got, what's his name? Darth Sidious or whatever his name is. So many guys that by themselves are cultural, movie icons. Luke Skywalker is a movie icon. Darth Vader is a villain icon. Han Solo is an icon. Princess Leia is an icon. Heck, Chewbacca, he's an icon. The amount of stuff that this movie touched is crazy. I even bought my daughter, I'll never forget it. She was getting her hair braided, and I'm one of those random dads. I'm one of those random guys. I don't believe in doing everything for a holiday, even though Christmas and New Year's are my two favorite holidays. People that I do all this for your birthday. To me, that's just going out for dinner. You do little things during the year. You know what I'm saying? So my daughter was getting her hair braided, and I had ordered a double lightsaber pack. I'm talking about the real good lightsabers with the sound. You can actually fight with them. They light up and sparkle. And she was getting her hair braided. And when little girls get their hair braided, she was crying. And she was done crying I was like, to take a break. And I was like, I got something for you. And she was like, what did you get, Daddy? And I was like, I don't know if I can tell you. She's like, I want to know. And I was like, all right, I'll show you. I was like, turn off the lights. She's like, but it's going to be dark because you're getting her hair. Because, usually during the, braiding the hair, watching a show while it's dark. And they shut the lights off. Her cousin was here. And I hit the button and that bad boy, and her eyes lit up. Just lit up. Like if I set off a bomb in her head. And she was like, wow, what is this? I was like, that's a lightsaber. And I was like, and there's two of them. And her little cousin, he's looking at it because, he's like, because she's like going like this with them. And of course, because her little cousin, she's like, so she let him hold one. And they're just, at this point, the lights are off in the house. I have a decent sized house. And they're running around the house swinging them. And it could change colors. So you can go from pink to blue to red, white, all the colors, it could switch. And I'm telling you, man, I had to take pictures. That night, I watched my daughter absolutely just like an imagination. She started using a lightsaber almost like a nightlight sometimes. And because you could charge it through USB, and she put it on, and then she would look at it, she'd go to sleep. Anytime it's dark, she'd walk around with it on. Like the amount of all of us that have been touched by what this movie has done for pop culture is undeniable. So I wanted to make sure that I was a shout out to Star Wars. And I believe this one's called, they changed the name because originally it was just called Star Wars. I believe they called this one New Hope. They renamed it. Yeah, man, my baby. And it got so crazy that they would come over because she had two other cousins. They would come over and there's three of them and they'd fight because there would only to be two lightsabers. So for one Christmas, I ended up getting two other, but theirs were longer. So my daughters were like this long, so she could like dual wield it and put it together in dual wield, while theirs one was longer than one of hers, but she had two. So theirs were longer, hers were a little shorter, but hers could go together. And when they opened theirs at Christmas, it was, oh my gosh, pandemonium. Ah! I think the little boy broke his mother's TV with his. And they were like, why'd you give this to him? I'm like, he's a boy. I remember his father. He's like, you got a lightsaber for my son? I'll never forget. His father was like, you got a lightsaber for my son? I was like, I got a lightsaber for him. And you didn't tell me? I was like, my bad. I thought your woman was going to tell you. He's like, bro, every father wants a lightsaber with his son. I'm good. Where'd you get it? I want to know. And I had to send him where I got mine so he could get one for himself so he could fight with his son with his lightsaber. I mean, literally screamed when I see him. You got my son a lightsaber? I'm like, yeah, for Christmas. And you didn't tell me? I was like, bro, I got my daughter some. And I ended up getting them because they kept fighting over them. And he was like, bro, you got to tell me stuff like that. Because now I got to get a lightsaber because we're going to be fighting. It was amazing, man. And I remember that. That was probably one of the most fun Christmases for the kids. And that was a great Christmas, man. A great, great, great Christmas. Very good Christmas. And yes, they did end up hiding the little boy's one, his mom, because he broke the TV with it. Because he was swinging that thing day and night. Day and night, that boy was swinging. He's like, yo, go to sleep. I was like, hey, yo. Yeah, man. Oh, my gosh. But yeah. But guys, that's the episode of the Wonder Morning Show. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Have a wonderful day. I will catch y'all later with more topics because we got some other topics coming up for the Wunderkind Show. And like I said, until next time, tomorrow morning, see you guys then. All right? Peace. And I'm out of here. Finish him, Daddy.